Welcome back to Julie's Wreath Boutique. Tonight is all about the vintage look. Have you noticed that? I kind of start feeling that maybe I'm a little vintage with all the things that are trending right now on social media. All the stuff that my mom had are back in style. And guess what? Vintage is that theme. So tonight, we're not gonna make a wreath, but I'm gonna show you how to make something that could accompany a wreath or maybe just some fun home decor. The first thing is we are gonna take a cutting board that we got from Hobby Lobby. Yep, $11.99. But here's a tip, it's 40% off. But you can take this cutting board and I'm gonna show you how to do this all in one video. This was so easy, so pretty, and I'm just in love. And what I like about this is I could hang this on my wall, or because it's so thick, I could put little wires on the back and put it on a wreath. Easy peasy, right? The second one we're gonna do is this vintage inspired little like wood round. Here's a little story. I was on my stories or my memories on my phone the other night and I found myself doing a story for Instagram, and I had picked up one of these wood discs at Hobby Lobby for $3.99, but of course it was 40% off. And I got some of these little bows that they sell in the wood shop, and I'm going to show you how to take scrapbook paper and some different mediums. We're going to kind of give it some vintage looks, but this was so easy to make. So whether you want a wreath sign or just some beautiful home decor kind of inspired by the vintage feel, or maybe you want a little bit of a Valentine's feel, this is a video to watch. Now, one thing, I'm going to mention it. I have bracelets on. Let me show you these beautiful bracelets. Aren't those beautiful? I am in love. One of my members of Julie's Biz Boutique made these for me. I'm going to leave all the information down below. These are a little bit more of a semi-precious stone, and they are the perfect gift for Valentine's Day. You can get that down in the description box below. And let's get started making these signs and let's craft together. Okay, so I'm going to take this cutting board out of the kitchen section in the Valentine's decor over at Hobby Lobby. I'm going to take a little sanding pad just to kind of sand down any of the little strays of wood that came across. Now, I like chalk paint, and I always love the chalk paint from Hobby Lobby, but I'm just going to kind of like focus on the outside. You don't need to do the whole base of this cutting board. I know I did a craft similar to this last fall and we did paint everything, but you'll understand why we won't need that because we're using paper and not like a napkin. Then of course I got out my heat gun, and of course I'm impatient and I had to dry it pretty quick. Then I'm just going to take some Mod Podge and put it on the center of this cutting board. Now, just the inside part of the heart is all you need to do, and then you're going to let that dry. Now, it really doesn't matter if it's matte, glossy. It really doesn't matter at this point. The only thing that would matter is if you wanted to cover your sign at the end, then you might want a matte finish. This was a glossy finish, but again, nobody saw this part. I let this dry, and of course I got my heat gun out and helped that along. But the important part here is you want it to have a nice smooth coverage. Again, do not put this on the outer scalloped edge. And then I went back to the scrapbook section. If you know anything about me, this last year I've gotten into paper crafts, and I want to know, do you want to see some paper crafts here on YouTube? And I saw this paper and it screamed vintage to me. Not really, not audibly, but it did. And I love it. So what I did is I got one of these heat resistant kind of covers, and I have my little iron. I'll link that all down below if you want to pick one up at Amazon or Walmart, or maybe you already have it. Parchment paper will do the job as well. It just kind of adds a little bit of a protectant between the iron and your paper. Basically, you're just going to make sure you get this all taken care of, all right? It's not going anywhere. I just made sure it was really good to go. Then I took my like little X-Acto knife on this one, and it was pretty simple to kind of cut off the excess paper because you had that kind of like indentation of the heart. So it really made it easy. And then I just went back and got all the little extras and just took my little sandpaper. It's all you're going to do. And we're going to kind of distress it. I want that distressed look. Now, if you notice here, We don't have a real vintage feel on this yet. We're going to add that element here in a moment. But if you don't want to add that part, if you like the way that this looks, go right ahead. But doesn't this paper remind you a little bit of like wallpaper when you were a kid? I don't know about you, but it does me. So I took a Huggies. I like using Huggies wipes, and yeah, my kids don't need them anymore, but we use them for crafting around here. So grab a pack the next time you're at the store. I took some of this wax that you can get at Hobby Lobby. Again, I've probably had this little bottle of wax for a couple years now. I've used it on several projects because a little bit goes a long way. So what I did is I just started it off on the outer edge, and then I went through and kind of distressed the paper. Now, this is the vintage feel. I don't know, guys, this is the trend. If you are not in this trend, you need to get into this trend. And I'm kind of feeling like we're going to have to make a wreath with this side. I'm just kind of feeling it. So I have some of this ribbon. I'm not really sure where I got this, if it was at Hobby Lobby or where, but you can pretty much find something very similar to this at Hobby Lobby. But we're just going to make a very simple bow. You use a pipe cleaner in between, twist it, and you're going to cut the back of it. And then you guys know the drill. What do? We always cut another piece of ribbon. We cut off the wire, we kind of roll it in a little bit, and then we put it over the center. If you've been watching me here for a while, and if you haven't, if this is your first time, would you click that subscribe button and that subscribe bell and join us every week? We love to craft here. And listen, did you know I have over 600 videos? Some of them are pretty old and ancient, but I'm sure that you'll find something that you're going to want to make. So let me know in the comments down below if you're a new follower. I want to hear from you. And if you're an old follower and you've been here since the beginning or even since the middle, we've been doing this a long time. Let me know in the comments. I want to have a conversation with you down there. All right. So that's it, guys. That is your beautiful vintage heart sign that you could put for a wreath or just decor. I love it so much. Now, here's the second thing. Remember that spring sign? You can grab one of these little bows. This is a very inexpensive project. Now, again, here's the drill. Get your Mod Podge out. You're going to cover both of these pieces with a good layer of Mod Podge, okay? And then we're going to let it dry. And of course, we're going to be impatient. And of course, we're going to get out the heat gun and we're going to spray it, Julie. Listen, Linda, you're going to dry it, okay? I got that same book out, and listen, I went through a couple of things here and I decided on these 2 pages, and I liked the look of the vintage feel. And so I kind of centered it in a way that it wasn't going to get everything, but it was going to get what I wanted it to get, right? Now, we're going to do something on this project that you've never seen me do before, and I want to share with you guys how to add kind of more texture to your projects. And one of the things that I'm going to be teaching you this year is how to make your own wreath signs, okay? So make sure you're following along because we're going to have things for you to download and be able to do this at home. Now, what you're going to do is the same thing you did with the other project. We simply ironed on the paper to both of these projects. Now, here's what I learned. You guys know this little trick where we light the napkin and it just goes around. Well, when you're using the paper, it doesn't do as well. So I kind of started doing this, and if you want to keep doing it, you can. But eventually I kind of gave up and I kind of cut as much as off that I could by hand. And then I got my little sandpaper block. Again, a sandpaper block is always a good thing to have in your craft bin. You'll never know how many times you need it until you need it, right? So the bow went a little bit better. We got all the little things off, but this is what I wanted to show you. So this is like a medium that you take, and you're going to take a stencil. This is a stencil I had on hand, but I'll find some on Amazon that you can purchase, or you can even find the stuff at Hobby Lobby. And we're just going to be really intentional about where we're going to add a little bit of texture on the background of this plaque or this round disc, okay? So I just kind of had fun with it, and you're going to use literally, this little spatula is a Cricut tool I had. I have no idea what you use it for Cricut, but we're using it here. So even just a little spatula from the kitchen would probably work just fine. And then I added a little bit more down here. Now here's the thing. We're going to have to let this dry overnight. This is not a, something that'll be done really easy and you're going to be able to work with it in an hour. Okay. So I did do it on the bow too, because I thought, you know what? I just love the looks of it and I like how this is going along. Did I get messy? Absolutely. I did get messy, but that's okay. Crafting is messy, right? So as you can see, it's the next day and I have my beautiful bracelets that J. Parker Limited made for me. Now listen, you're going to do the same step with the wax as we did before. Again, less is more. You can always add more. You can kind of build on top of it. But let me talk about these beautiful bracelets that I got from J. Parker Limited. Listen, these are semi-precious stones. They feel so beautiful and so nice on your arms. They will make them to size whatever you need. These are a little step above. This is not what you're going to get at Walmart or Target. This is like really nice stuff. So if you're wanting to get something special for someone and for Valentine's Day, this is the place to get it. I'll leave you guys my link down below and you need to order from them. Again, I am obsessed with them. Now, let's get back to our project. As you can see, I'm even adding a little bit of that kind of varnish onto, or the wax, I should say, onto the side. Just have a good time with it. And then I added it a little bit more over on the white flowers because I wanted it to have a little bit more aged effect, but we're not done yet. We have another step that we're going to add, and this is really kind of up to you. You will decide how far you want to go with this. Now, I did notice that when I did it, I got the paper a little too wet in the middle, so you're going to want to be a little, careful with that. Now, I am going to use a little bit of this Gorilla Glue, but because your girl is impatient, we are going to use hot glue because we want this to set up, right? That's just the way it is. I'm impatient and we all know this, right? Every crafter, most crafters are. If you're not impatient, good for you. I need that in my life. But we're going to just get this glued on. It's not going to go anywhere. And we're going to put it on this little sign. Now, again, this would be beautiful for a wreath. And what I would do is I would spray it with some clear matte acrylic spray to help seal it in. But what I did to kind of add another layer and dimension is the gold rub and buff. Now, here's the thing. I like me some good gold rub and buff because it just adds a layer to everything that you're doing that just makes such a difference for me in my projects. So have fun with it. The paper at Hobby Lobby, if it's not on sale one week, it's going to be on sale the next. So grab some paper and have fun with this kind of project. I did get something at the end here. We're going to add a little bit of trim around the edges. It's stuff I already had on hand, but I'm pretty sure you could find something similar in like the notions and the ribbon section in the fabric aisle at Hobby Lobby. It has the little pom-poms on it, but I had this on hand and I wanted to add it, but this would be so cute adding it to like a little display or little tier tray, or just simply making it a wreath sign. I think this would be absolutely stunning. And I like the fact that the wooden part of it is so thick that I can use my staple gun and I'm not going to have an issue with the staples coming through the sign because a lot of times that's what happens. But let me know down in the comments, guys. Do you like the vintage feel? Is it really kind of up your alley? I'm just kind of blown away with how much is coming back from when I was a kid. So this is what I need from you. Number one, if you watch the whole video, would you write the word vintage down in the comments below? Number two, do you want to see some paper crafts this year? Do you want to see how I've really taken it to a level where it's really helped me in life in general, and just it's very therapeutic for me. That's the way I feel about paper crafts. And number three, do you want to learn how to make your own wreath signs, guys? Because we're going to have some printables available for you. So listen, thanks for watching. Go watch this playlist. You're going to need to get busy for Valentine's Day, and I've got plenty of material for you. So we'll see you next week here in Julie's Wreath Boutique, and I can't wait till then. Bye-bye.